always have something ahead. I think any athlete will attest that when you're aiming for a big games, you've got this massive high and everything is geared towards it. But after that, there's this massive drop off. If there's nothing planned past that, there's almost like, well, I don't need to train every morning now. I don't need to train every afternoon. I've got a bit of time off. I can eat and drink a little bit more of the things that I've missed. And so all of a sudden, you're missing out. The spotlight's not there and things change. So if there was a lesson I could take, would be to say that always have something to aim for, always have a purpose to help you get out of bed, to keep you motivated to achieve, whether it's physically or mentally, but have something else in your life. Well, it's funny, I've sort of gone through two phases with this, one of life after athletics, but I haven't yet conceded life after sport. I love sport, I have since I could walk, and I don't know that that's going to dissipate anytime ever. Whether I'm involved in admin, whether it's coaching, whether it's whatever, but I just love sport. So I think I'll be around sport for a long time yet. The thing that I'm really excited about is that the opportunities have opened up now, that I don't have to be at the track every morning or at the track every night. I can now go and try other sports. So with that in mind, I've tried a few different sports, and stay tuned. I'm having a great time. I had a few, I suppose, reality checks. One where it's the head saying, you're not going to make it. And the body's going, hey, I'm trying to tell you we're not going to make it. And all of a sudden they connect. And then you both agree. Because up until that time, your head just keeps telling your body, shut up and do the work. And then the other way around, his body's going, yeah, we can do it. And your head's going, I don't know about this. So, but when they meet, it's a pretty sad day. It was a sad day because I literally said to the coach, I said, I'm done. I could just feel that I didn't have what it takes, and you can't represent the country underdone. If you're not the best in the world or believe you can be, then do yourself a favour. Find something else in your life, because otherwise it just eats up at you. And when I realised that I didn't have what it took, I felt sad, because up until then I'd convinced everybody around me that I did have what it takes. And which is a part of being an elite athlete. You need that self-confidence, that belief. But when the reality comes and you put it all down on the track and you just don't measure up, that's when you go, okay, this is the point we're at. What do we do now? And when that happened, I was at a competition, and I literally finished that competition. And about 2 hours after I'd recovered, because I was stuffed, I'd spent, I realised then that I had to, look at my next options. And I think it was almost a breath of fresh air to understand that, okay, we've tried, we've exhausted all avenues, but we just didn't cut it. So now whatever's next, let's give that our best shot. I competed in France in July, and that was the hardest competition I've ever competed in. Not necessarily the conditions, but just because physically I wasn't where I thought I was mentally and where I needed to be. I come home, I had 2 more cracks at it up on the Gold Coast, and even before that competition had finished, I knew then that my athletic career was over. And so it came very, very quick and very harsh, but again, I said 4 years ago, I want to make sure that after Beijing, I've at least given myself the best chance. I don't want to sit there, I don't want to get old and go, I could have done that. I wanted to put it out there and I wanted to have a crack. And I was able to do that, and unfortunately it didn't go the way I'd planned, but that's life.
So that was the point at which you accepted the transition was inevitable?
Absolutely, and I think looking at the transition as well, it's funny because all along it was never one of those things where it was sport, transition, life after sport. It was always, okay, we've got to have balance throughout, and if I've learned anything from the Institute of Sport, success in sport and life is, that's it. And so it makes you think past sport, and if you're not, then you should be. The decision was almost made for me. So I suppose in that respect it was easy, but then I got to come back after that, after the feeling and the disappointment of missing out. Watching the games on television is one of the hardest things anyone will ever do, I think, when you've told yourself you're going to be there, you've set your date, you've written it in your diary from the moment the schedule come out. You knew what you had planned, and when it doesn't go to plan, it's very, very disappointing and hard to deal with. But after that, when everything settles and you have a look around at what you've got and you look at your support network that's there, and then you go, okay, what's next? Now I play sport because I love sport. So that transition it's a great thing to go through because it makes you realise what's important to you. Oh no, it's around myself with chicks and cash, that's all. I think I'd probably go pretty close to doing similar, but I think given that we made up a lot as we went along and things changed and we were versatile and able to do different things, I don't know. I'm really not sure. I've enjoyed what I've had, but it's one of those questions that we'll never have that opportunity. So I don't know that I've ever spent a great deal of time thinking, well, what if? I think I've just rolled with the punches and I'll deal with whatever comes up. So I don't know about that one.